Hey guys, how's it going? It is a beautiful Monday afternoon here in the great state of Texas, and I am just chilling out in my office doing some paperwork for the theater. And I wanted to get on here because, back in the back when Next Generation first came out, back in 1987, Pocketbook started releasing all these novels, right? And so me and my friends were hooked on these books. So I would buy the book at Walden Books, if anyone remembers Walden Books. And then I would read it, and then I would hand it to my friend, and then my friend would pass it to the next friend. And then by the time we'd all read it, we could talk about the book, right? And that went on for years and years and years and years and years. And I read a lot of Star Trek books. Star Trek Next Generation, Star Trek the original series, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And then I sort of got busy with life, and I was reading less and less books, and so on and so forth. And then I got a free trial to Audible, and I decided to see what kind of books they had. And I found this, The Autobiography of Kathryn Janeway, read by, of course, Kate Mulgrew. Look, let me just say this. I like Voyager a lot. I like Voyager. It's not like my top show. It's not like my favorite show. But I like the show. I watched it. I watched every episode, every season. As far as going back and rewatching it, I haven't done that. I've been kind of watching episodes on and off on the H&I network, but not religiously watching the show. So anyway, the book is really good. And it starts in her childhood. It talks about her parents, her family, her grandparents. It talks about she went to the academy. She wanted to get in early. It talks about her relationship with Admiral Paris. She met Tom Paris when he was just a little kid. It talks about her relationship with Mark. It talks about some bad relationships she had. It talks about where she grew up, the house, the town that she lived in. It talks about her days at the academy. And then it starts talking about Voyager. And then it doesn't hit every single episode of Star Trek Voyager. It hits the big ones, And I found that interesting and quite surprised that I remembered a lot of these episodes in my head. But you're learning things that you didn't know, right? And the fact that it's read by Kate Mulgrew. It's it's her. It's her. It's Janeway telling her story. And it talks all the way through all 7 seasons of Voyager until they get back. And then and then I know a lot of us were disappointed in Voyager that it ended right when they got back. And we're like, what the heck? We want to know more, right? Sorry, my hair is a mess. And so then it talks about basically kind of what happened to everyone after they got home. So if you don't have time to read it, or even if you do, pick it up or listen to it. I did it while I was out on the trail. I found I couldn't listen to it at work. I really have to focus on the words. And so walking is just this monotonous, boring thing. But work is I have to use my brain at work. And so I can't concentrate on 2 things. And I know that some people can. I cannot. But I really, really enjoyed the book. So I cannot wait to delve into another one. Now, initially, I'd gone on to Audible, and I was looking for the Autobiography of Benjamin Sisko, but it wasn't available, and this one came up. I'm like, what the hell, might as well. So there you go. I know this is a rather long discussion about this book, but I encourage you to check it out. If you're a fan of Voyager, of Janeway, this book is perfect for you because it's really enlightening, and I just found it very moving, and there were several moments I was crying. It really touched me. She has a sister, and her sister's married, and they have kids, and it's just a wonderful story, and just the loss that she felt. You really never felt that loss. When you watch the pilot, that she's been separated from Mark, but hearing about their relationship and everything, you really sort of, their courtship, it just really draws you in. Of course, it helps that I've watched 7 seasons of Voyager, so. But yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. The Autobiography of Kathryn Janeway, a history of the captain who went further than any had before. Check it out. Live long and prosper, everybody.